the Tillman. We call him Tillman. I don't know if that's Tillman himself.
John Tillman?
John Tillman. Kind of became like an unofficial mascot of the shop, and like, you know, there's a reason this guy grew a mustache a couple years back when he did. He was inspired. So we always kept him. We kept him with. This is my old helmet. It's all dirty now. But we had a little bit of Tillman with us then. That's for the people watching me, but for me, for Davey, a little Tillman on the inside watching you weld. And he's just looking at you like, you got this, buddy. You're doing it. And you're like, yeah.
Can't fake that dust bar. I've been welding and in the sculpting business now for 16 years. Since the beginning, I've always used Tillman gloves. I've tried other brands, but when I got started, I still am. We're a very small business, a garage studio. You can literally see that we're a garage studio. So finding something that was cost effective and worked was always something that it was a necessity for the small business side of things. There were cheaper gloves out there that just didn't last as long. My favorite are the 1420s. Even for TIG welding, I like the 1420s. I like the fit, like everything about them. But like I was saying, they're not just about a good value because they have such a strong working life. I'm not worried about, you know, burning through them or going through them quickly. And when you're welding, having confidence and being relaxed is the key to a good weld.
Most important tool in my toolbox is probably my Tillman gloves. Definitely protect the hands from getting burnt, getting cut up. Very comfortable glove. Got all my different styles. Got the Onyx TIG welding ones. Got my top grain goat skin, and I got my kid skin.
All comes together tomorrow. Typically when we build a sculpture here, we work on one piece per person at a time. We've never all collaborated on a piece like this and come together and put it together at the end. For this piece, because we have so much backed up orders, that it's critical that we have to do it this way tomorrow. We're gonna have the right gear on. We're super fortunate in that respect. But my grandfather's always said it, an accident can happen anywhere, at any time. And tomorrow, we're gonna be under the pressure. There's gonna be stress of getting it done. And I need you to stay focused on it, and I need you to stay safe. So when you're going over your grinds, your finishes, and adding the parts in, I want you to check with someone before you get started. We've gone over the layout of this piece, but the importance of getting it right the first time is critical. Tomorrow is a day to come in with a clear head, okay? Get a good night's sleep. If something goes wrong tomorrow, it goes bad for all of us. Guys, it's been a month. I've been working on this and now it's here. So we got a tight build as we've discussed, and we gotta just take our time, make sure the parts go in the right spot. We're not gonna get a second chance. We talked about that. If there's anything wrong, we'll have to make corrections as we go. You guys kind of understand that. It's not your first build. The one thing I love about this type of day is that it's a custom build day. We don't always get to do all the custom builds. And this Project 90 is one that I know I'm excited about. So we'll bring it in and cut it open and see where we're at. Do it.
So it's 5:30, the sun's just coming up, starting to get a little daylight. We're working on Project 90 today. It's our big top secret project we've been working on for a month now. Maybe you can't guess who this is yet, but you can tell it's a body. So I'm going to work on getting this guy in fighting shape. Clean him up, let's get some slag and whatnot on the back. Do the inlays here, put the other side on him. Make a three-dimensional man form.
Mine's Parker, and it's about 5:30 in the morning. I've been working here for about 3 or 4 weeks now. Today we're going to be building the Project 90 piece, which is a custom piece, and it's really cool because everybody in the shop gets to work on it today, and usually we're just doing like our own pieces.
I don't know if anyone's taking odds, but it's going to be a one-day build. And we've never undertaken a project like this to this size. We started at about 4 o'clock this morning. That's the earliest that the whole team has been assembled for a build. If things go well, we'd like to be finished up by about 8 o'clock tonight.
Try to keep it at one a day usually, but
Ooh, my favorite. Tillman 1350s. They're MIG gloves, but like when we're doing big pieces and we're fusing a lot, I like the thickness of it. When we're doing smaller work, I'll switch out to a lighter weight glove, but this is the glove that I usually go to.
right now I've been putting together one of the what's going to be one of the main supports of the piece. It goes inside the dude's body. And before, I got a couple tacks on it. We picked it up, we brought it over, tried to check, make sure it fits in. I tacked it up all the way, and we're just going to check again. With any piece we do, but especially this one where you only got one shot, it's you check, then you double check, and then you double check, you double check.
You check when it's tacked, because as soon as you fuse it together, it's staying fused together.
Better to catch any problems now. And we can still
Yeah. Nice fit, Dave.
checks on checks on checks. More checks and checks.
You should cross pieces off every 30.
Trying to find pieces. Trying to get all the pieces together. Yeah, hope they got cut. I mean, signs of fatigue are already starting to show a little bit. People are getting a little tired. Spent 10 extra minutes trying to find a piece that was right in front of us. We might have thought that it wasn't cut or didn't come in, just got misloaded at the laser cutters. But everything's fine. We found it, it just got moved and back on track.
Alright, so I'm about to cut some glass for the helmet of Project 90. What we're doing here is we're trying to add a little bit of color for this sculpture with the 410 steel and the stainless steel. We're going to cut it and we're going to slide it right into the stainless helmet. Perfect fit.
We've been putting in a lot of hours on this piece and feel like even though it's not quite halfway, I feel like it's really starting to come together. I know we're all burning that midnight oil at this point, but we've decided to make a few more minor design changes. The piece is looking fantastic, and as you can see, it's really starting to come together.
The mints are like a really underrated but incredibly important tool to us. Because you spend enough time under the helmet and you start to smell your own breath. That's like...
In the final stage of the custom build, 12 hours in. I'm gonna put on the table, do some final fuses, and then marry the base plate to the sculpture. And fuse that up, and it's good to go.
For such a tight space with a group of guys working in this heat, I don't know if you can tell how hot it is here, but we've all got along, they've all done great, and we're super psyched. You can see sometimes we've had as many as 4 guys welding on this piece at one point, just really trying to lock it up and finish it up. So this is like any other reality show where you see the cake get ruined in the final episode. But if this thing gets dropped and it gets dented, it's heartbroken. I'll be heartbroken. We've all put so much effort and time and energy into it. I just don't see it happening.
Now if we drop it, I don't know, it'll probably bend up and be a complete failure.
Alright, ready?
Yeah, so bring it over here and then.
That was definitely the one. That was the one right there, man. That was it. Woo! That was so cool. Go to a wide turnaround and stop right here.
We got up at 4 and we started at 4:30, and that's earlier than I usually like. It's a long day, no doubt. But this all came out great. And it was real nice that, no mishaps. We didn't think there was going to be mishaps, but you're always prepared. You always got to keep that. So this went off as smooth as it
Got a
could
smoke grenade, 2.
That's cool.
Good job, guys. Hey, round of applause.
Yeah, it was an interesting day. It's fun. And also, yeah, it's just awesome seeing this finished product now in the field.
I think it was a hard day, man. We worked for it today.
Train those wheels.
And the sculpture came out better than I could have hoped.
Pretty funny.
Fabtech, baby, Fabtech.
We're psyched to go to Georgia today. What time is it? It's about 7 this morning. We're at Logan Airport, getting ready to go to Atlanta, Georgia. Fabtech, baby. Let's go.
So a project we've been working on for about 3 months now is kind of coming to completion. We're here at the Fabtech trade show in Atlanta, and we're debuting our big Tillman sculpture. We're really excited about it. So to be here as a welder representing the John Tillman company is a really big deal for us, and we're excited to be here. We're only a few minutes away from getting inside, and we want to show you what it's all about. It's very overwhelming. So this is the big sculpture. We've been working on it for over 3 months now. It's finally here, and we're happy to debut it.
So the Tillman sculpture that Dale and his team created is really, it embodies what we are. Strength in our products. We're very confident. We want welders to have the most confidence they have when they're using our product. They know they're protected. If you look at this, a lot of confidence went into building this. It's extremely strong, and it really emboldens what Tillman's all about.
So it's just been really great to see everyone stopping by the booth to check out the sculpture, to see how it's been made, and it's just great to see people come over and just check it out, because yeah, we feel awesome because we built this and we put a lot of hard work into it. So just seeing it standing here, everyone appreciating it is awesome.